Today I want to review the Quaddra Fire Explorer II. It's the cast iron bodied wood stove from Quaddra Fire. I just got this in December. I've been burning for about 3 months now, and I hadn't really seen many reviews on this unit, so I really took the dealers at their word and ended up buying this unit. So I wanted to provide some feedback after using it for several months. The unit itself is it's a cast iron outer body with a steel inner box. So the first time I lit it up, I did notice it takes a very long time to get warm. The outside of the box, actually, you could put your hand on it even after 20 minutes and it would still be just barely warm to the touch. Once it does warm up, however, it radiates heat really well. So this stove is 2.4 cubic feet, which for a normal size house would be perfectly adequate. We have 2,350 square feet. It's a 2-story house, and then we have a basement underneath that. So we're heating roughly about 3,600 square feet, 3,800 square feet, although part of the basement's not finished, so we're really heating about 3,000 square feet of finished space. On days when it is in the 20s, we can heat completely with wood without using any propane. When it gets down today, when I woke up, it was about 5 degrees, and the propane had turned on a little bit overnight. But in the past 2.5 months, rather than using roughly $1,000 of propane, which includes some other appliances that run propane, I've only used about $250. So most of our heat, almost all of it, is coming from this stove. In the morning, it is pretty cool, even though I damper it way down. There's enough coals to get it going, but I normally put wood in around 10 p.m. and then get up about 6 to fill it up. So it has about an 8-hour stretch. There's still enough coal in there to get it going again, but the stove's really not hot anymore. During the day, when it's cold like this, I leave the damper wide open because we are trying to heat over 3,000 square feet, and the maximum, according to the brochure for this unit, says it's capable of doing up to 3,400 square feet. So we're really pushing it, and this is in the basement, so we're trying to heat 2 levels above us. What I did to help that is I put in this cold air return here, and there's a booster fan in the cold air return, so it's actually sucking air specifically from this, and I blocked off a couple of non-essential cold air returns in the other parts of the house. So this particular stove has your damper right here, which works nicely. It's very sturdy damper. I don't feel like it's ever going to break off. It also has this automatic combustion control, which you push it in and pull it out, and over about 25-minute period of time, it supposedly adjusts the air so that there's more air going in, so you can set it and forget it, is what they say. I've used that when I load it up, but if the stove's not really hot, I don't really notice that much of a difference. It's really still better off just to leave the door a little bit cracked for the first 10 minutes or so to let it get going. One other feature that was appealing to me with this stove is this ash removal system. I think they call it the ARS. This I've found to be basically worthless. There's ashes in there right now, but in general, it's such a pain to use and such a pain to empty that I don't use it. I just use a shovel and a bucket. The reason for that is the stove has to be completely cool to use it. There's a panel inside, underneath, like where you see where all the air is going in, where it's real hot down there. There's a panel in there you have to lift off with a little tool they give you. And then there's a trap door that you pull this down and it operates that trap door. Problem I found is that you can't necessarily tell when the pan is full, and if you put too many in there, you end up getting a pile up through the trap door, and when you pull the drawer out, the drawer, basically the ashes all get pushed behind the drawer in the little cabinet that this drawer sits in. The glass stays fairly clean. When you're burning it hot, it does get a little buildup. I just cleaned it today, so it is nice and clear. And this, of course, has the secondary burn system up on top, and you can see the flames rolling across there. A lot of heat comes from there. Once you get that going, it heats up significantly. I do keep a thermostat on the double-walled stove pipe here, and that's about where it typically runs. I have had it as high as the top of that burn zone, but you have to have a lot of very, very dry wood to get it up that high. It'll probably go a little higher than that with this wood I just reloaded. This is some cherry that's been down for a little over a year. So overall, very, very happy with it. The finish is very nice. One of my favorite things is this little tray here. And because every time you open the door, inevitably you get a little ash swirling around, and that thing fills up pretty quickly. Without that, this whole hearth would be more of a mess than it normally is. Although it's very clean right now because I just vacuumed it off. So again, this is the Quaddra Fire Explorer II. This has the mahogany, the porcelain mahogany finish. And I'd say we're very, very happy with it. I'd highly recommend it. Hope this video was helpful to you.